Guys, let me take you back in the day a little bit. The year is around 2004. Do you know William Samoei Ruto was suspended from the Ministry of Higher Education? Reason? Obvious: corruption. The government of the day was the government of Mwai, Kibaki, Emilio, and may his soul rest in peace. So, what exactly happened that made Ruto to be suspended from the Ministry of Higher Education? What corruption, or rather, what did he exactly do? This is a bombshell. Apparently, William Samoei Ruto sold land that belonged to the Ministry of Environment. He sold it to the Kenya Pipeline Corporation for how much? 96 million. So he took the land belonging to the Ministry of Environment and sold it to the Kenya Pipeline Corporation at a cost of 96 million. Do you know how much 96 million was back in the day? 96 million, do your calculation, the inflations and all that kind of stuff. Back in the day, this was worth a lot of money. This was a lot of money. 96 million, it was a lot of money. So, when he was grilled by the Anti-Graft Commission by then, he said that this whole issue was politically motivated by his political enemies. And at the time, Mwai Kibaki was strict. So, if you are a public officer and you're involved in such kind of a scandal, you had either to quit or you'll be suspended. So, Willie refused to quit. So, what happened? He was suspended.
For the time being, this evening after the president announced his suspension as a minister. In a statement to newsrooms, the Presidential Press Service said that the president had, after consultations with the Prime Minister, suspended the Higher Education Minister awaiting the outcome of a court case that has been pending at the Nairobi Chief Magistrates Court since 2004 and which was given the green light to proceed by the High Court last week. In the case, the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission accuses Ruto of allegedly receiving 96 million shillings after allegedly selling land belonging to the Ministry of Environment to the Kenya Pipeline Corporation. But Ruto had moved to the High Court to challenge the charges, arguing that they were discriminatory and that the case was politically motivated.
The Constitution did not change the principle that you are innocent until proved guilty.
But the High Court declined to grant Ruto his plea and instead gave the green light for the case to proceed. According to the Economic Crimes Act, any public officer faced with corruption or criminal charges should either step aside or be suspended by the appointing authority.
Not a single shilling was paid to William Ruto.
And that is exactly the decision that the President and Prime Minister took today after Ruto declined to quit on his own. Ruto's place at the higher education docket has been taken by Professor Helen Sambili in an acting capacity. Sambili will continue serving as the Minister for East African Cooperation alongside her new duties. There have been a number of changes in the government too. Embakasi MP Ferdinand Waititu gets his first shot at serving in government following his appointment as Assistant Minister of Water and Irrigation. Starehe MP Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, successfully defended a seat in a recent by-election, has retained a position in government after she was reappointed an Assistant Minister in Housing. Harun Mwai becomes the new Assistant Minister for Trade. Mwangi Kiunjuri moves to Public Works as Assistant Minister. Simon Ongari moves from the Trade Ministry to become Assistant Minister Transport.